All right, now let us all welcome evaluator number 1, Rosalind Ho.
Good evening, good afternoon, contest chair, distinguished judges, especially to our speaker, Raman Preet. The topic this afternoon is food is glorious. I think this is a very wonderful topic because you know that food is our universal love. So with this topic, everyone will pay attention because we love to hear about food, right? So she has paid tribute to food in her speech. And the speaker has, I feel that she has delivered her speech in her most inimitable way. I described it as very poignant and poetic. This is not an easy thing to do, to speak in such a poetical manner. And I like to congratulate her to have this talent. Okay, how effective was she? Firstly, on the delivery, she exudes confidence. And that is understandable because you are talking about something you love a lot. So obviously you exude a lot of love, and we find it in her facial expressions, in her body postures and gestures, right? So those are very congruent with what she was speaking about. Then her voice, well, it was audible. There were moments of elation as she spoke about what she loved, food. And the next category I like to evaluate her is on the effectiveness. And I find that she's effective because she has this good command of English. She used a lot of rhetorical devices, which I have picked up some. Like she mentioned about, well, in the starting, when she mentioned her introduction, she already said sensational smells, fascinating flavors, food can be functional. So, you know, when you use alliteration, right, you will get your message through because it's very nice sounding to the ears. So she has this skill in using rhetorical device. She also used metaphors. Like she said, it lights up like a glowing sun. And she paints her cooking. Her cooking, as she cooked, she hears the sizzling on the pan. She looks at the moving orange and the fiery red of the curry. Well, what can we take away from that? That we must learn to savor life like her. You know, in especially here in Singapore, we're so busy. So from her message, we learn one thing is that we need to be mindful of what we do, especially when it comes to food. We should start appreciating the food that we eat. And there's the other thing also is a recommendation. My recommendation for her is that certain words, try to pronounce clearer. Certain words, maybe I don't catch it, but maybe the pronunciation can be improved. But most of the time, I hear her beautiful poetry. Her intro might be a bit too long. But on the whole, I feel that she has aced it, okay, to give such a poetic speech. And I'd like to congratulate her. Remember, everybody, to savor your food. Thank you.